We are Geekcentric, and you can be too. Love ya. Get home safe, guys. Peace.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this superhero-themed episode of the Geekcentric Podcast. My name is Kevin, and in today's episode, we look at how the story of the Reddit superheroes might be shifting from taking over the stock market to taking over the entertainment world. We'll talk about a potential new look for the Joker and what will be the longest superhero movie ever. We talk about the possibility of spending even more time getting to know the people, places, and super cool things of Wakanda. And then I pit my two geek-centric brethren against each other in some superhero-sized trivia. But first, if you're joining us for the first time, this is a weekly show covering the world of film, television, gaming, toys, and collectibles, and all things geek-centric. Joining me on the show, we have the Caped Crusader of superhero hijinks, J-Law. And we have the nerd with a very polite mouth, Nate.
I can be not polite, you doo-doo head.
Yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, right on brand. I love it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Before we get into our news for the show, I think it's been a while since we've done one of these, so I thought I'd ask what you've been up to, what you've been watching, as we're about a month into 2021 here.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like I've not gotten a chance to watch too much. I've been playing a lot of video games lately. Definitely on stream, twitch.tv/NatePlaysGames. Check it out. But no one for some of the things I have caught. Listen. We did an episode last season where I talked about all the movies and things that I'm embarrassed that I hadn't seen, or I guess we collectively did, but I had the worst list. And on one of those was a little movie, kind of an indie film. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, starring Harrison Ford and Karen Allen and Paul Freeman and John Rhys Davies, called Indiana Jones. Specifically, Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Have you guys heard of this movie?
Yeah, I think I've heard it mentioned once or twice.
It was great. Honestly, I am blown away by how well it held up. It was so entertaining. I was so surprised Gimli was in it. I was shocked that Dr. Octavius was in it at the beginning. It was. Are
you really that shocked, though? Are you really that shocked?
I was shocked.
You have Steven Spielberg and George Lucas coming together. It's in the time of in and around Star Wars mania for George Lucas, and you got these two guys coming. It just reeks of a great adventure story. And plus, you have Kevin and myself both smacking you on the ass to make you watch it. So it's like, get to it, boy.
I mean, I guess I can sort of see where you're coming from in that, that movie turns 40 years old this year. And so the fact that it still holds up so well is definitely a testament to what they were able to accomplish.
I must say, though, it's a lot more violent than I anticipated. It's like, dude, the face melting scene, like, spoilers for Raiders of the Lost Ark, everyone. But when the Nazis get their faces melted off, and there's a lot of blood, and I was just like, were kids allowed to watch this in the day?
My favorite thing that I've seen, I saw it recently, and it's a candle. And it's of that character, and as he melts, he very much resembles that. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome, yeah.
Dude, I was really surprised by that Nazi monkey as well. They got a monkey to zig out. That was wow. Okay, they went there. But no, dude, super fun.
Now, does this mean you're going to go watch the...
I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
I got to watch the second one and the third one. Is there? Can you guys tell me which one do you think is the best of the three? There's four?
There's four. There's four, but a lot of people refuse to consider the Crystal Skull in the trilogy that is. My favorite is 100% The Last Crusade, but I think generally Raiders is considered the best of the bunch.
Wow. Okay,
but,
cool.
But you're going to enjoy all three, as long as you're not too squeamish with bugs for number two, because I can't watch Temple of Doom. I can't watch it. It's just...
Bugs? I hate bugs.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. He hates snakes. But yeah, no, definitely going to check those out. Just to see what they're all about. But then I also have been watching a show that I think just came to Netflix in January, because I've never heard of it before January, and now everyone I know is telling me like, oh my gosh, like I'm sitting at lunch watching it on my iPad, and everyone's like, oh, I love that show, it's so good. But anytime I ask them, they're like, oh, I just discovered it. Like, I'm on season 1, season 2. I'm on season 4 because I've been binging it. But I've really been enjoying Superstore. This is an NBC comedy show that was released in like 2015, I want to say. And they've got 6 seasons overall. Only 5 of them are on Netflix, I think. But it's a ton of fun. It's I work retail, and so it's kind of retail therapy for me, because it just shows a bunch of people working at, like, it's called Cloud9, but it's kind of like a Walmart, and they're just dealing with just the worst customers. And so I come home after a long day of work, and it's kind of therapeutic for me to see these characters. And I will say the characters grow on you. Like, after the first season, I was just kind of like, yeah, okay. And by the 4th season, I'm like, oh, that's such a Garrett thing to do, or that's such a Glenn thing to do. It's really charming, and the characters are really strong. You got to check it out. Check out Superstore. It's a lot of fun.
Funny you mentioned that, because I've recently started watching Parks and Rec again, because it recently came to Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It was previously on Prime, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since I started watching that over again, Superstore has been popping up on my "you should check this out" list. And so maybe I will jump. I like Ben Feldman a lot.
Yes.
I know him most as Ron LaFlamme from Silicon Valley, their lawyer. So
yes.
So yeah,
he's a little more charming, I think, in this series, because he's kind of one of the main characters, along with America Ferrera, who plays Amy. You'll know her from Ugly Betty. Mostly, that's what she's mostly known for. But it's just, there's the entire ensemble is fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, those are always fun to sink your teeth into, where there's 5 or 6 characters that you sort of like for their individual personalities and whatnot. And just really quickly, because as you mentioned, Nate, there hasn't been a whole lot to really invest in right now. I have started season 2 of Snowpiercer.
Ooh, I keep seeing that come up, and I'm thinking, should I go back to watch? I dropped off about halfway through. I jumped out of the back of the train and froze to death.
Like, so you didn't even finish the first season? Yeah.
No, is that something I should get into? I remember last time you were saying you weren't enjoying it, and then you sort of came around to it.
I think you're mixing us both up. I think.
Oh, did you watch it too, Justin?
Yeah, I've watched it, but like, remember, I hated it. I thought it was awful. Right, I would say don't bother, which is why I haven't even thought to start season 2. I probably will, because I invested into season 1, but I'll wait for all the episodes to come out so I can just watch them. And I don't know, but I know that Kevin, like when we had spoken last, when at the finale, you were singing its praises for doing a good job with what it set out to do with the story.
Yeah, no, I think it's taken a drastic turn from the movie and the story that was being told there. But there's a pretty notable cast addition to this season. None other than Sean Bean or Sean Bond, whatever you want to call him. But it can't be both.
Oh, nice.
Can't be both. But anytime I get Sean Bean, I'm in. At least
that's cool. So he's in there for one episode, right? And then gets killed.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah. I'm not.
But
quite sure that's where it's going to go.
I think they've already discussed this, but in the first season, you hear the voice of Mr. Woodrow, right? Is it Mr. Woodrow?
Widmore,
is that right?
I think maybe.
Widmore, yes. Yeah. My apologies. See, that's how much I could care less about this. Anyways, but it was Sean Bean's voice that did it, and that was immediately called out, and obviously. They hinted at his arrival at the end of the season. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, interestingly enough, he was on the IMDb cast listing from the very beginning of the show, but we don't see him until season 2. So I thought that was a weird thing to sort of give away like that. But Just, what have you been? What you been up to?
Oh, well, I have just been enjoying some oldies, but some goodies, from our last episode where things that hopefully don't suck. I didn't mention Fast 9, but I am excited for the Fast and Furious edition. So I went back and watched them all.
Wow.
I finished number 6, which is where it really it goes the limits. It's no longer like number 5, I think is the peak. It was like all of the different storylines come together into one, and then 6, and I now know 7 and 8 because I've already seen them, are just spy epic car. Like it's
right.
It's
like
out
at
of
what
this
point
world,
in time?
right?
At what point in time do they become superhero movies? Like where's the breaking point?
Probably 6. I think after 6 and going into 7 and so on and so forth, they start to break into this like super spy, superhero, like just nuts, right? Like some of the scenes in 6, like it was cool when Dom flies across a bridge and catches Letty and lands on a car. Like that was cool, but it's like, oh God, come on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I consider those guilty pleasures, and this next movie is either it'll be interesting to see what they do. So I've just been watching that, and that's all I've actually done over the last week. I gotta say though, like to see how serious Vin Diesel has taken this character to the point of like when some of his lines that he delivers are like just laughable. Like I haven't gotten to that scene yet, but there's a scene in 7 when he goes to Tokyo. The guy's like, so what are you gonna do when you find the guy that killed Han? And he's just like, word hasn't even been invented yet. And he just looks dead straight in the camera like he's serious. And I'm like, how do you not laugh when you say that, bro? I remember in theaters sitting there when he said that and being the only person out loud laughing. And I was like, I don't think I was supposed to laugh at that, but that was pretty funny. So I'm enjoying those movies right now. That's my watch, yeah.
Clearly, a month into 2021, we've got, it's been pretty slow in terms of releases so far, but why don't we shift to the news, because I think that might change as we move forward here.
It's all about the details.
All right, so as I mentioned, we are now officially 1 month into 2021, and whereas 2020 was kind of the year of delays and postponements when it came to all things movie and entertainment, that seemed especially true of superhero movies, as last year was our first year since 2010 without a single entry into either the MCU or the DCU. But I mean, with 5 Marvel shows coming to Disney Plus this year, and almost a half dozen others announced for the coming years, we just got news of yet another entry that will be gracing our TVs or streaming devices sooner than later. Of course, I'm referring to the recently announced Wakanda show that is part of a 5-year TV deal with Proximity Media. That's the entertainment company run by Black Panther 1 and 2 director Ryan Coogler. We don't know much about the show yet, but we can obviously make some guesses about what the show will focus on. Guys, again, we don't know much, but do we think it's going to feature characters we've already become familiar with, such as Shuri or M'Baka, or is it going to introduce us to new Wakandans to the MCU?
I think that's the intent of what it is, because you're right. There's not much information that's really been divulged about what the show is, but what they've made it seem like it's about Wakanda. It's really to tell the story of Wakanda and Wakanda culture. I imagine part of the reason why we didn't see it at Investors Day's announcement was just because they were probably working out a 5-year deal. Like that's pretty crazy. Like unless that's like a show a year, with the way these productions are, WandaVision is roughly 25 million an episode. That's 225 million for 9 episodes roughly. So like that's a crap ton of money for TV. So if they're going to be producing them at that scale, that's a lot of production that needs to go into it. So unless they're using the volume, of course, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But yeah, I think it's going to focus on Wakanda and the people of it, and introducing us to new characters while cameoing other characters.
Yeah, like are we going to see a Okoye or to your point, M'Baka or Shuri? I would love a Dora Milaje show. I think would be really, really cool, like just to see, or even if they wanted to just focus on different sections of Wakanda, even if it wasn't like a story through point, but like just showing like almost maybe even like a documentary series like of Wakanda, of like just learning about the culture and different things like that. I think would be really, really cool.
That'd be an interesting
as if
take.
it was right? As if it was something that we were watching like in universe, right? Because I just with WandaVision going the route of doing something insanely different, I think it would be really cool to see that here. I also wonder though if they do go straight up just storyline. We talked about in our watch club, we had some theories around. Kevin, you brought up the Fantastic Four being introduced technically through that series. I'm wondering if this is where we get Doctor Doom or Namor or Black Bolt, right? Like just some of these really key villains.
Yeah, those are. I feel like maybe, but I feel like this is to give that culture piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like the big push is about moving the idea of the culture forward. It did its job in the first movie. It established a movement in itself with how well that was received culturally and its representation, and while also being fantastical, still holding semblance and connection to an actual existing African culture. So it's to be celebrated, which is why, like, we were saying, Shang-Chi has the potential of doing something like that with East Asian culture on another scale, on a different direction, right? So I think that's their play, and I think that's why Ryan Coogler is so personally invested into it, is because it means that he can tell stories that still feel similar to his own culture while also fantastical and magical.
I mean, to that point, I guess if we think about it, it's February 2nd that we're recording this. Black History Month has begun, right? And so I think it actually makes a lot of sense that Disney did hold off.
I didn't
from
even
their
think of that.
Investors
You're
Day,
absolutely right. Yeah.
But I'm looking at the article here, and I'm just seeing a comic book with Shuri just holding the Black Panther mask, and I just part of me is just a little conflicted because do we want to see how that pans out in the movie, or because one of the things I'm loving about these Marvel shows is we're getting deep dives into these characters, and we're getting a lot more of time given with these characters, especially if it's like an origin story. So for Shuri, we know where she's coming from, but for that transition for her, if they do go that route, I'm kind of torn. Do I want it in a movie? Do I want it in the show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like something like that would do the character justice in a show, but in a movie, obviously it would be very compressed and very stinted to kind of, filter in, what needs to be done. But it'll be interesting to see, because to your point with WandaVision and the success that they're having with it. But again, let's, we're four episodes in on the very first Marvel, and you're like, let's go.
I'm like, put a ring on it. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm invested.
No, I know.
Done.
And I'm excited
Best
too, because
show
I'm
of
definitely
2021.
excited.
Done.
Yeah, already.
Are we not worried a little bit about overkill? I mean, first, when you look at the lineup of shows that are going to be coming out after 2021, you got shows like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, things that don't already have a movie or several movies attached to telling that specific story. With a second Black Panther movie and a show, is that going to be too much of one thing, or
Well, I'm wondering, because let's address the elephant in the room, if you will. But Chadwick Boseman is no longer with us, and he is no longer going to play Black Panther. They have addressed the fact that they will not be replacing him in that role. He will always be their king, and T'Challa will always be. Now, what are they going to do moving forward? Is it going to be a Shuri? Are they going to bring back Michael B. Jordan? Do you know what I mean? To kind of be this, the Killmonger and change his ways. Like, I don't know how they'll do that if they think, but there's a lot of rumors about him coming back and wanting to come back to help tell that story because of his deep connection and relationship with Ryan Coogler. So there's a lot of open opportunities with just Black Panther 2. Let's get through that. You know what I mean? Like let's get through that first, and then let's see what's going to happen. But I think whatever was meant for Black Panther 2 was to open the door more from a cultural perspective because of the success of the first film.
You've definitely swayed me away from the overkill idea for now, at least. But what isn't overkill is a 4-hour Snyder cut of Justice League that we are getting in just about a month and a half now. We're moving from one cinematic universe to another with this story. This comes from Austin Goslin at Polygon.com.
What a name.
A tweet today from Zack Snyder seems to indicate that not only will Jared Leto's Joker be back in the anticipated redo of the much maligned Justice League movie, but he'll also be sporting a new look. Well, for Jared Leto, at least. In the tweet, we see a gloved hand holding a Joker card. And then, again, it's blurry, but you can almost tell that the makeup and long hair looks far less like the gangster kitty cat lover that we saw in Suicide Squad. So what do we think of this potential new look? Does this get you guys any more excited?
I'm excited to see it. Like, I'm just excited to see his new scene. I think that was the one thing about Suicide Squad, other than its horrendous storyline and how it was executed, is that they sold it as being very Joker centric, and the publicity and the marketing and even the behind the scenes of how Jared Leto was taking it, and they didn't really leverage that character at all in that movie.
That a good thing?
But my thing is that, like, so being that we're in Toronto, I have some friends that actually worked as like PAs and writers. And they said that there was so much that was shot that just never found its way into that movie. Like scenes with the Joker that were so much more fleshed out. They switched directions, right? So it's like, it's very clear that there should be a David Ayer cut version of Suicide Squad, you know, where it could be what, you know, Zack Snyder is hoping his Justice League will be, you know, a better telling of the story that he wanted. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. It looks good though. I like that he has long hair. Looks like the makeup's a little different. Little gangster.
But it almost looks very, Dark Knight Joker, right? Like
Dark Knight, but see, Ledger. Dark Knight, and then also Joaquin Phoenix's version.
If you didn't tell me that was Jared Leto in the blurry picture, I would have assumed it was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're doing. They're pulling that in, though. They're pulling a little bit of that influence in and mixing it in, because they already did their gang version. It was like a young thug criminal Joker, and it didn't go over well. It was a little too much, I think. So I think returning to a little bit of that form, because you can still give him that crazy face that he had. I don't mind the tattoos on the face.
I'm just a little worried about what happens when they unblur it and then also press play. Were these scenes shot previously, or were these added to the film?
They're new scenes.
They're added.
That's why I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he spent a lot of time in post-production, basically redoing a lot of the CGI effects for big battle scenes and whatnot. They've added Martian Manhunter. He's added Joker to the movie with reshoots, and so he's obviously put a lot of work into trying to, restore his vision for what this movie was meant to be.
Interesting. And I'm glad that Warner and HBO Max and whatnot, the Warner Media Group has decided to do that. I think, though, that they should do the same thing for Suicide Squad. Do you know what I mean? Because it would be really interesting, from everything that I've heard about just little scenes and moments and things that were shot, like his whole behind the scenes backstory, you know what I mean, of him in Arkham, right? And the him and Harley Quinn, like, do you know what I mean? Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been shot. So it's like, I would love to see it.
Isn't the Suicide Squad movie, James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, isn't that what that is? Like
that's going to replace? That's them coming
it's
in and
going to replace
it.
It's going to replace it.
We're completely redoing it from the ground up.
But that's what I mean. They're going to redo it from the ground up. But that's, they're going to do that with Justice League. Like these versions of these heroes we might not see again.
That's
fine.
You know
what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really down on it. That being said, I've never seen it, so I shouldn't judge. But I've just heard so much negativity towards the original.
Should we review it?
So
should we review it, or
should
would
we
it just
review the original one before the new one?
No,
we'll just review the new one. That's fine with me.
I like that idea.
Yeah, definitely we will.
But just really quickly on this story, a tweet shortly after Snyder's shout out to the Clown Prince of Crime comes from Beyond the Trailer's Grace Randolph, who suggested we might get another preview of the upcoming mega blockbuster sometime around Valentine's Day. So about a month out from when it's going to be released on HBO Max.
Just release it. It's like, come on. Like,
I mean, I was really underwhelmed with the original preview that we got of it, right? I couldn't really tell what was different and what had changed, and it still had just such a dour, bland look. I don't know if this will help get me a little bit more excited, or if it's only going to cement that I'm not looking forward to this.
Well, according to Grace Randolph's tweet, like she's saying, for all of you saying this is Joaquin's version, trust me, this is very original. So I think I think they're pulling out all the stops here. Like, they're just like, how do we get people on HBO Max? How do we get people invested in this? And how do we get them excited for a 4-hour version of a movie that no one liked?
I just don't know. Like, the reason why they're doing this is because of fan outcry. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, they know there's going to be asses that are going to sit and watch this 4-hour movie, right?
I mean, we will.
And we'll have to pay $30 for it.
Well, actually, it's going to be available. So I posted on our Twitter,
really?
Geekcentric YT. It's going to be available on Crave on March 18th.
Oh, wonderful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we won't have to pay for it. So
I'll Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think they're just trying to work out an agreement though with certain films on behalf, but who knows if it is so. So here in Canada we'll have the opportunity to actually stream it. But yeah, I don't know if they really need, like, again, why show it? Just show us the movie, because honestly, the only way we're really going to be reminded of what's new and what's different is after we watch it, right? Like, after we watch it again for 4 hours. It's going to be
something makes me feel like I'm going to come out of it and be like, yeah, I cried like 4 times.
Well, speaking of crying, there was a lot of crying going on Wall Street over the last couple weeks. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've certainly heard about all of the stock manipulation going on these days, with Reddit subgroups inspiring huge underground movements from regular Joes to outdo stock market bigwigs at their own game. It felt inevitable that a movie about the unprecedented events would eventually come forward to tell this incredible story, but it appears this will happen much sooner than anyone could have expected, and from more than just one source. It looks like we'll be getting 2 movies and a limited series. Matt TM Kim from IGN.com reports, as if 2 different GameStop Stock movies weren't enough, Deadline is reporting a limited series TV series is also in the works from industry newcomer Pinky Promise. Tentatively titled To the Moon, the limited series is being fast-tracked through the development and will cover the Reddit Wall Street Bets drama. This is the 3rd project on the Wall Street News to go into development, with the 2 others being films. The first is a film from MGM based on a book, proposal by the author of the Social Networks inspiration. And then the other movie will be from Netflix, starring Noah Centineo?
Centineo, yeah.
Centineo, and then written by the writer of The Hurt Locker. So are we surprised by the speed at which these titles are being brought to fruition?
I'm not. I mean, you've got, like, there's already COVID-19 movies, you guys. Like, I'm pretty sure there's I think Michael Bay just put out one, like, about coronavirus. So it's like, Hollywood doesn't surprise me anymore. What does surprise me, though, is just how much of it there is. Like, I would expect a movie, 2 movies, but a series? Like, I don't know how far you can stretch this.
I think a series, you could probably stretch it pretty far if you really get into, like, the behind the scenes, the reasoning to why it created, this sort of social uproar, and then the after effects of it, right? So, like, but the bulk of it happening in the middle of the series, right? Like, the actual event happening in the middle, and you know what I mean?
But this is an event that's only lasted, 2 weeks? Like, who knows where it's going to go from here?
That was my biggest thing, is that it doesn't feel like it's over by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I'm getting a lot of, like, the Big Short sort of vibes, in that they want to tell this phenomenon that happened, but I don't think we've seen the culmination of it yet. And so I agree with you. I think it's still ever developing, and they might be getting ahead of themselves, right? Because then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, now this is happening, like, we should delay and see how this all turns out. But yeah, you're right, Kevin. It has the Big Short meets, like, the show Social Network, right? Like, that's like this. That's when I heard the idea of a movie and a series, I was like, boom, that's brilliance. In typical Hollywood fashion, take the news, turn it into, a provocative film, and, you'll get people interested in it. So it's very fitting that they've picked this up. Strike while the iron's hot, and while it's relevant. Obviously, we're very fresh and new into the idea of these 2 movies and series coming out, but is there any one that you would be more excited about based on what little information we have? So again, just to recap, there's a limited series being fast-tracked, as well as an MGM movie based on a book by proposal by the author who did the Social Networks inspiration, and then obviously there's a Netflix movie by the writer of The Hurt Locker. So of the 3 titles, is there any that you think might be the best or that you're looking forward to the most, Nate?
Yeah, I would go with the MGM one. I think you've got the budget there to make something. Don't get me wrong, Netflix has got a lot of money, but I just feel like with Netflix movies, it's either a huge hit or a massive miss. There's not really an in between. Whereas with MGM, they're a bit more of a trusted studio. And given that anything that mentions the Social Network in ties to this, I'm going to lean that way.
Sure. I feel like that one's like so random because it's a book.
Well, it's a book proposal, so it's not even a book because
it's a book proposal.
The book hasn't even been written, right? It was just a proposal for a book that's being almost
so someone's already
fast-tracked.
bought the rights to the guy who already made money off of Social Network.
Yes.
Right. So that to me sounds like a big gamble, right? Like in that one because there's nothing, right? Whereas at least with the Netflix, and he's written for screen, I think that's going to be, a lot more advantageous for them. Like, Hurt Locker was a great film. The series though really does interest me. I think though of all of them, the series.
So you're saying we should invest in Netflix? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Netflix is doing a movie. The series, it doesn't say where the series will be airing, just that it's coming from industry newcomer studio Pinky Promise. So
what if it's HBO? What if it's HBO? You'll be all over it.
Oh, if it's HBO,
you'd be singing its praises. You'd be like, MGM, they ain't going to be making a good movie. HBO, they know what they're doing.
All I know is we've got a movie combat coming to you in the next 2 years about this. So
sure,
that's going to be great.
But unless it's something like the 2 Steve Jobs movies that came out in the same year, the Ashton Kutcher versus Michael Fassbender. I wouldn't want to be on the Ashton Kutcher side of that.
Yeah, nobody's fighting for the Ashton Kutcher one, not even me.
I can see this being very much a similar situation in that one's going to be decent, one's not going to be good, and then there'll also be a series. So either way, you're going to get lots of media content about what was a pretty wild set of events for a week and a half there. But I think that wraps it up for the news, and I am so excited to pit you two against each other, so why don't we jump to the topic of the show? It's time for the topic of the show. All right, so with 4 episodes of WandaVision in the books, we have officially entered into Marvel's Phase 4. And I thought that, given the very Easter eggy, sometimes almost random nature of the show, which has definitely been an overwhelming hit so far, I'd like to test how much you might have been paying attention to some of the smaller random details from the movies of the first 3 phases.
Oh my gosh.
So, for today's game,
this is huge.
I've got a question for each of the previous 23 entries into the MCU. Before the show, I asked you each to select a buzzer sound that you'll use to ring in when you think you've got the answer. So why don't we go ahead and hear those now? Nate, let's hear your buzzer sound. And then Justin, let's hear yours. Okay, so similar but different enough. So that lower tone, if we hear that first, that's going to be Nate going with the answer first. The higher pitched one will do Justin. And guys, if you want to play along with us at home, keep track of your scores and be sure to let us know how you did. So why don't we go through each question, and then if there's a tie at the end, I've got some tiebreakers lined up to declare an official winner. So we've got 23 questions here. Each question correctly answered will be worth 10 points. Gentlemen, do we think we understand what's going on?
I think so. Kevin, are you keeping track of the score?
I will be keeping track of the score. Don't you worry.
Great.
I'll give us updates at the end of each phase.
Beautiful.
Okay.
It's on.
All righty. Let's get this game on the go here. Phase 1. Question number 1. What is the name of the missile that Tony Stark demonstrates at the start of Iron Man?
Jericho.
Dang it!
That is correct for J-Law.
I thought of it before you answered it. Because there's that great moment, right? Where he's like, I present you
the Jericho.
Oh, so good.
All right, good start here. Good, I was good. I'm happy we got a correct answer on the first one. Alrighty, question number 2. What country is Bruce Banner hiding in Incredible Hulk?
Brazil?
Oh, that's correct for Nate there. All right.
Yeah. Yes, that's the.
I was going to say
Norton. Peru.
Nice.
You would have been
It was
wrong.
somewhere in South America, right? But the continent would not have gotten you close enough.
There we go.
Alrighty, moving on to our next question. What name does Natasha Romanoff use as her alias in Iron Man 2? J-Law.
Natalie.
Now, I've got a first and last name here. I'll give you a second here to see if you can get the...
Got to get a countdown going.
I can't get the last name.
No? Nate, you want to...
Natalie Portman.
Incorrect. Just one last chance at that last name? No idea?
No, I got no
okay,
idea.
it was Natalie Rushman.
I knew it was with an R.
She's Russian. That makes so much sense now.
That was close.
Natalie Rushman.
Alrighty, question number 4. Thor features a cameo by which original Avenger?
Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Incorrect.
Hawkeye?
Is that your final answer?
Is it Hawkeye?
It's Hawkeye.
Yeah!
Wait, when does that happen again?
So that's when they've got the system or the little structure built around Thor's hammer that's out in the desert, and Hawkeye's there shooting people with arrows trying to get in there.
Oh.
It's a scene that takes place at night. All right, we're almost finished phase 1 here.
Wow.
Question 5. How many times did Steve Rogers try to join the army before Dr. Abraham Erskine recruited him? Justin.
12 times.
Incorrect. Nate.
10 times.
Incorrect. A little high there, boys. It was 5 times. He
Oh.
tried to do us 5 times.
Do we get who's closest?
Nope. I'm only accepting spot-on correct answers
Wow.
here.
Okay.
gents.
All right.
All right. Our final question here for Phase 1. Which of the Infinity Stones does the Tesseract contain? Nate.
The
Oh, come on.
The Mind Stone.
Incorrect.
No.
J-Law for the steal.
It's the Space Stone.
Correct. It is the Space Stone. Oh, I thought that one was super easy. It wasn't that easy. Okay,
No, because I thought
okay.
Loki uses the scepter to control people, doesn't he?
Yes.
With the mind?
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, but
it's
the
very
Tesseract.
confusing.
Yeah, the
Doesn't make any sense.
That's why that one was
It's not my
tricky.
fault the
Okay.
movies don't make sense, Kevin.
Yeah. Nope. Alrighty, so we finished phase 1. The score is J-Law 3, Nate 1. So it's still
not doing
anybody's
good.
game with lots of questions to go. Gents, are we ready to jump into phase 2? Some of
Let's
these
do
get
it.
obscure. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alrighty, phase 2, question number 7. What is the name of Rhodey's rebranded War Machine armor in Iron Man 3?
Iron Patriot.
Correct.
Boom! Let's go.
Nate,
I don't know
get
why I
back
remember
in
that.
there. Alrighty, moving right along. Question 8. Which Avenger did Loki impersonate in Thor: The Dark World? Ooh, that was close. I'm going to give that to J-Law, I think.
Captain America.
Correct you are.
What a good moment, too.
Yeah.
I love that scene. Him walking down the hallway.
Very good. Question number 9. Which pair of future Avengers do we meet in the post-credit scene of Winter Soldier?
We meet Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff.
Correct you are. Correct you are.
Beautiful.
Question number 10, moving right along here. What is the name of the prison where the Guardians of the Galaxy meet?
Oh, gosh. Is it Nowhere?
No, it is not.
No. Dang it.
Yeah, Nowhere is where the Collectors is sort of hiding, right? Yeah. Justin, any guesses?
I can't think of it.
Nothing? It's
Yeah.
the Kiln.
The Kiln. Isn't that where you make pottery?
Yes, I
a
believe
machine.
you did, yeah.
Oh.
So that's what they did. They ended up making, a mosaic pottery of friendship, if you will.
Beautiful.
Wow.
All right, just a couple questions left here for phase 2. Question 11. What material does Ultron obtain from Ulysses Claw in Age of Ultron?
Dang it.
J-Law with the buzzer first.
Vibranium.
Correct you are. That one was a bit easier.
I was going to say unobtainium.
I wish you had that would have been awesome. You just confidently unobtainium. No.
We are now at our final movie of Phase 2. This was actually supposed to be the first movie in Phase 3, but after some rearranging. Question 12. Where does Scott Lang find a job after he is released from prison in Ant-Man? J-Law.
Baskin Robbins.
Correct you are.
Wow.
31 delicious flavors of correct.
Baskin Robbins. Oh, man.
Alrighty, so after 2 phases, we've got J-Law in the lead with 6, Nate falling a bit behind here with 3.
Oh, I thought I had 4.
This is our biggest phase, so you'll got plenty of chances, and maybe this will be fresher in your mind too. We'll see.
Oh.
But yeah, we're entering into Phase 3. Question 13. In Civil War, what is the name of the set of documents that regulates the activity of enhanced people? J-Law.
The Sokovia Initiative. No, Sokovia.
Nope. Oh, can I steal it?
Nate with the steal.
The Sokovia Accords.
That is correct.
Yes! Thank you, Darcy. Our last episode of Watch Club. Feel free to check it out. We had Darcy, Kevin's brother, on the show, and he was talking about the Sokovia Accords.
There we go. Perfect. Maybe that's why I picked that question.
Boom.
All right, question 14. In Doctor Strange, where does Dormammu reside? I think that was Nate first.
In space.
That is not going to do it. Are we calling her quits here on this one?
Yeah, call it.
It's the Dark Dimension.
Oh, so lame.
That's my least favorite movie too. That piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh no, I liked it. Anything with Benedict Cumberbatch in it, okay?
Except for The Hobbit. Okay. Question number 15. Who helped retrieve Yondu's Yaka Arrow controller when he was held captive in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Baby Groot.
J-Law. Correct.
I believe the term is infant Groot, but whatever, we'll give it to him.
Ooh, that's tricky. I just had Groot, so how's that?
See? Still incorrect. Okay.
Moving right along. Question number 16. In Spider-Man Homecoming, after helping an old lady, what does Peter say she bought him as a thank you?
I gave you that time. Churro.
Oh, yes, correct. A churro.
A churro? Oh my gosh.
That was a nice small little detail. Well done on that one.
Yes, I can't get the dark realm or whatever the
dark dimension, but you got churro, baby.
Yeah, where's he hanging out that old ladies are just walking around with churros?
Yeah, but you don't see it. Remember, he's on the phone and he's recording a voicemail, I think, for Happy.
That is the exact scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
alrighty. Question 17. Get your buzzers ready. Which famous actor portrayed Loki in the fictional stage play about his life in Thor Ragnarok? Nay, just barely.
Matt Damon.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, see,
I was worried it was the other guy.
I picked that one just because apparently we're going to be seeing Matt Damon in Thor Love and Thunder.
Oh, sick.
But so who will he be playing? I wonder.
I hope he's the same guy.
I think he is playing the same guy.
Right? Is he? Okay.
I would hope so.
I'll have
if
Taika
cast him as someone else, I'd be like, what?
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I mean, I guess it certainly means that he got off of Asgard. We at least know that, right? If he's going to
he was with them the whole time. His character's been with them the whole time. It's so weird.
All right, so this one's less about a detail from the movie itself and more a detail about the movie. How many Oscars did Black Panther win at the Academy Awards? That was a
I'm going with 4.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
Was it 6?
Also incorrect. It was 3. It won for original score, costume design, and production design.
Okay, we should go with closest 2. Come on.
Nope, I can't. I would have got you right back in there, though. You still have a chance, Nate. You still have a chance.
Okay, all
We've
right.
got 5 questions left. 5 questions left.
And our point system, what are we at?
We are at Justin with 8, Nate with 5. So it's anybody's game still.
Yeah, he's not far behind.
Question
I thought I was
19.
smoking him, but no.
What are Loki's last words before his death in Avengers Infinity War? I might have stumped them both here. Okay, we got a ring in.
You'll never be a god.
Correct! Ooh, you will never be a god. Correct.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
You will never be a god.
With that purple veiny face. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I was trying to think,
like
did he say
rat.
something when he fell on the ground, like by Thor? No. So,
Yeah.
wow,
he
that was a
dead by
tricky
then.
one, bro. That was a good
He was
one.
dead by then.
Yeah, I think you just see his lifeless eyes at that point. Question 20. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, where does Scott hide Pym's Ant-Man suit during his house arrest? J-Law.
On the trophy that his daughter gave him, saying, best grandma.
Oh, my gosh. Best grandma?
Yeah,
It was all that they had.
I almost want to give you a bonus point for that one.
Yeah,
Now, with
Justin's
that, I
got
think
this in the
Justin
bag.
has pretty much sealed the deal, but let's finish up and
Yeah.
see how close you can make it here, Nate.
Sure thing.
Question 21. Which script is Stan Lee reading in his Captain Marvel cameo?
Is it, it's got Kevin Smith in it. It's, Mallrats.
Correct. Boom.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it wasn't quite time for the countdown.
I was going to smack him if he didn't get that right. Oh, it's
I've
the
never
last
seen those
question,
movies.
too.
I've never seen those movies.
Question 22. What is the name of the Fortnite troll in Avengers Endgame? Oh, I think that was
Oh.
J-Law first.
Noob 69?
No.
Oh,
Is it Noob Master 69?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Noob Master.
Yeah.
All right, and this one
Noob
feels
Master
like
69.
a very anticlimactic final question here, number 23. In Spider-Man Far From Home, which Avenger does Peter say he studies in physics class? J-Law.
Is it Captain America?
No.
Is it the Hulk?
No, it's Thor.
Oh, that
It's
would make sense.
Thor, yes. I thought that was a bit tricky because we do see Captain America in the little educational videos that they watch. But no, it was Thor. So there we are, gentlemen. Well, there's our quick look at the sort of tiny little details that are just scattered throughout the MCU.
Those are good. Those are good questions, man.
Well, Justin, you get it. You get the gauntlet.
Maybe we'll save these scores. It's currently 10-7, and we'll see if after Phase 4 and 22 TV shows and 15 movies that are going to come out in that phase, maybe Nate can sort of claw his way back into it.
Well, now I'm going to start paying a lot more attention and watch them 800 times like Justin does. So
There we go.
I just recently watched them too, like just before the holidays. So it's like, it's crazy that as much, because honestly, by watching, it was sometimes just, working and having it on in the background, right?
Right.
So
it's okay, dude. If you want to watch Thor: The Dark World over and over and over and over again, no one's going to judge you. It's fine. You do you.
I have to admit, like going through these, I was like, oh man, I really want to watch that movie again, but I don't want to watch them unless I watch them all. But then you do run into a Iron Man 3 or a Thor 2, and it's like, oh, do I really want to watch all of these movies?
Right.
But, I haven't seen a few of them since even their theatrical releases, so at some point.
Fun.
Well, I think what's interesting too, because I was talking to Nate about this, but Disney Plus has this show called Marvel Legends, and it's literally like a YouTube trailer of just the hero. So for their 2-episode launch, they did Wanda and Vision. And it's like all their moments from the movies. And then at the end, it just shows you a list of the movies that they're in, whether they've cameoed in it or if they're obviously a predominant character in it. It's just interesting to see how you could start creating these like you could watch all the Wanda movies and see how her character developed, or watch all the Vision movies to see, they had Iron Man 1 when he's Jarvis. So he's like not even, do you know what I mean? So you get that sort
That'd
of,
be cool.
that full sort of story of him.
No,
so it'd
absolutely.
be interesting to see as they do more of these Marvel Legends, how they kind of create like consolidated versions of runs that you could watch of these movies to kind of get the essence of a character.
If you had a favorite character or feel like you don't know enough about them, I just love that after every episode of WandaVision, Disney Plus is just dying to get me to watch Age of Ultron.
Every single time.
Every time. Like, come on,
They're
please.
like the stream numbers are so low on it. We really need.
And makes a lot of sense. It's basic. It's both of their introductions in a sense, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I think that's why. But I'm wondering though, WandaVision is going to save a movie like Age of Ultron and maybe make it a little bit more weighted. Do you know what I mean? Sure. Just because of the connectivity. So
yeah, we talk about all the time how I feel like Clone Wars, and Justin, you've watched Clone Wars now, and I think Rebels both those series does so much for the prequel series, right? And in terms of what that can do for Star Wars. So
I'm gonna say it still doesn't make those good movies, but it certainly does give the characters a bit more weight.
Yes.
And yeah.
Right.
No, it just makes me hate the movies even more watching those shows and seeing what the sort of characters they could have given us.
And the stories that they could have gone with it, right? Like, it really does make you see the potential of why TV is so open for Disney to really expand their properties versus just siloing them into movies.
Yeah.
They're gonna. This is their future. So, exciting times to be a geek.
It certainly is. I think this next year there's going to be lots and lots more Marvel news for us to talk about. But that does it for another episode. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to us wherever you like to listen to podcasts. That would just be super. And be sure to leave us a rating. Just a reminder, 5 stars is the lowest rating you can give us. We are Geekcentric, and you can be too, which means you can check us out at youtube.com/Geekcentric. I've actually started planning out the next episode of Kev at Home, which should be coming out in about 4 weeks' time, if that maybe gives the audience any hints as to what it might be about,
maybe
given
the
topic of this show.
And, they'll get some sort of vision or something about...
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
You can also follow us on Twitter at GeekcentricYT and follow us on Instagram at WeAreGeekcentric. Don't forget, you can also catch Nate's live gaming stream at twitch.tv/NatePlaysGames. Go say hi, hang out, watch him play some games. Last week he had a jump scare that made me almost poop my pants. So,
it was so scary.
I laughed so hard at that clip.
Somebody freeze framed my face in that moment, and it was like the moment he crapped his pants.
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
What's next on the schedule, Nate?
Honestly, we're gonna get some more community streams. I'm thinking a new game just launched on PSN called Destruction All Stars that we're gonna check out and play some multiplayer with some of the kind of funny folks. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And between that and of course more Super Mario Sundays. Every Sunday you want to watch some Super Mario 64. I can promise you I'm only a little bit better than I was at this trivia game.
Now, how many stars have you collected so far?
I'm at 55.
Out of?
120, I think.
Oh, so you're getting there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, we'd love to know if you played along, how you scored on this. What are some of your thoughts on some of the shows and superhero news that we discussed? Let us know. Justin, where can they do that?
They can reach us at wearegeekcentric@gmail.com. That's wearegeekcentric@gmail.com.
But Justin, Nate, thank you for your heroic efforts on today's episode. And folks, be sure to tune in to our 4th episode of Watch Club, which will be for episode 5 of WandaVision, which will be dropping this Monday.
Yes.
Until then, as we always say...
Love ya.
Stay home safe, guys.
Peace.